Alright, hey guys, what's up? Ghost here back with another video this time. Back from a long break, and I'll explain that real quick. So, over the past week and a half, I was sick. You can imagine with what. But yeah, so I had that. And yeah, I was just kind of stuck at my house. So I've been working on some projects. Not do with YouTube, but do with my costume for my comic expo. But yeah, so today I wanted to talk about a basically thing I want to talk about for a while. So, if you guys didn't know, I'm a big fan of gaming and stuff like that, especially older Call of Duties. So I wanted to explain myself on why I miss them, and just why I think they're the most superior game compared to new ones. And basically that's basically what I want to explain in this video, is why I like them so much better, and why I think that they need to look back at their past and take from that. So, let's get into the first one. So, this is a really big one that I really do not understand why why they don't do this anymore. Is uniqueness. So if you didn't notice, most of the games that came out in the past, let's think about like 10 years, they haven't really had like a unique Call of Duty in 10 years. Aside from Ghosts and Advanced Warfare, those are pretty unique. But if you think about it, they're all sequels to either Modern Warfare or Black Ops, or reboots of them. And that to me is a problem, because you're not getting that same effect. Like, whenever I played Modern Warfare back in the day, I was like, yo, this game is awesome. And I had no other thing else to compare it to. And I feel like it's a harm to the actual Call of Duty, like, ecosystem that they're comparing it to the older ones when they're not really that close. So that's just that's the first reason right there. And that's just one of the main ones I was thinking of. The next one is replayability, mainly for the campaign as I'm talking about here, campaign and zombies, and I guess Spec Ops as well. But yeah, so with the older Call of Duties like Modern Warfare and Black Ops 1, I personally have played both those games 5+ times, and that basically it just shows how good those games are. Speaking of, the video that you're watching right now was recorded on Modern Warfare 3, so my favorite mission is Black Tuesday. But yeah, so, one thing also about it is, like, the maps on Black Ops 1 and Modern Warfare 2, they're really good. The newer ones are also pretty good, but as I said, the uniqueness just isn't there, so you're not having, like, an experience that you'll remember forever. You're just having, like, oh yeah, this is like Modern Warfare 3, or this is like Modern Warfare 1. So it's not very unique, in my opinion. The next one that I wanted to go into, which is a big one, is memorable characters and memorable missions. So, as I was saying, Black Tuesday is my favorite mission of all time from Modern Warfare 3. That is just one of my missions that I love. And there's many reasons for that. It's unique. It's in a city. There's not many Call of Duty missions that are in a giant city like New York, which is just the coolest thing about it. But if you look back at like the characters that's been in the past few years, do you remember who the guy from Advanced Warfare is? I don't remember his name. That's why I'm not saying his name, because I don't remember his name. But then you go back like a few years before that, which is like back in the 2010s, and you have Ghost, Captain Price, Gaz, Soap, Mason, Woods, Hudson. You have John F. Kennedy. You got Nikolai. You got Tank Dempsey. You got Eric Toffin. You got Takio. You got, Ramirez, Sergeant Foley, all those guys. They're very quotable and everything like that. And that's one of the things that I think that Call of Duty has missed, is quotable characters and memorable characters. Because if you think about it, like, as I was saying, I don't remember who's from Advanced Warfare. I don't remember the names of people from Call of Duty Ghosts. I don't remember the names from people from Black Ops 3, It's pretty sad. And then, like, I remember nothing about, basically, Call of World War II. And this is a problem, because the way you get people consistently talking about your game, like, even if it doesn't succeed at first, is you have people talking about it for years on end, quoting it, and making it into that, like, sort of nostalgic state. Which I feel like is not going to happen with mainly the, campaigns of the modern Call of Duty games. They're not going to have that same effect on people that my age, that grew up with Modern Warfare 3, Modern Warfare 1, Modern Warfare 2, Black Ops 2, all those games. They're very memorable. And that's one of those things that really hinders it for me in the newer Call of Duties. And here's a big one. So this one's gonna be quite a long one for the next one. But actually, I forgot to mention the missions. So I got too into the characters, but the missions that I remember the most, I'll go from game to game. So on Modern Warfare 1, I remember the ship mission the most, and All Gillied Up. Those missions were just so quotable and so just unique. Like when you're on a ship, you're on a cargo ship, and you go in the basement and you like shoot everyone up, and then the ship ends up exploding and then like almost sinking. It's just action packed. And then All Gillied Up is the very stealthy mission. You have to sneak around, be like, where's the snipers at? And if you get caught, you almost die. And then in Modern Warfare 2, you have the final mission. I'm not gonna go through it because I'm not too sure if anyone's played it, but you basically get the ultimate revenge, the revenge of on a person in the game, and it's just so satisfying. Like it's like something about the other games is they're satisfying, and Modern Warfare 2019 was really close to that, but I don't think it hit the same thing as the Modern Warfare 2. So that's just one thing with that. In Black Ops 1, the most memorable mission, I think, was the one where you're in Vietnam and there's like hallucinations happening and everything like that. That's a very unique mission. And I'll just go ahead and stop there because this video is not about memorable missions or anything like that. It's just about how I think older Call of Duty was better. And yes, I just said COD. But yeah, so the next one is multiplayer progression. So as you guys know, modern Call of Duties are very weird with progression, and it's something that I don't really agree with. Is in most modern Call of Duties, there's like no non-paid cool looking skins. Like you just have the basic characters basically, and that to me just isn't. It's not very fun. Like the store has all these like cool characters, all these cool characters. Like for example, like the one that was like literally had like a welder's mask on and like just like rebar all around him and stuff, which is really sick. But that to me just shows that stuff has changed in the past 10 years, and it's sad. But yeah, so one thing that I also really miss is whenever you would play Call of Duty and you'd be like, oh, this gun looks cool, I might use it. Because there was no YouTube shorts or whatever, or TikToks to show you, oh, this gun's a godly tier gun. You had to figure it out for yourself. And I may sound old for that, but that's just honestly what I think was the most enjoyable part about Call of Duty, was as you were unlocking guns, you were just testing them out. You weren't just like, oh, I want this gun, so I'm going to use this one until I can get that gun. You actually had like a motivation to use all the guns and see what they felt like to choose your favorite. Instead of being like, oh, what's your favorite gun? And then everyone says the AK-47 or the what's one of them, the Glil, which is like, it's just one of those things that I don't really like about the new stuff about that. But that's just me with that. And then this one's a big one. So back in the day of 360 and somewhat PS3, because I played PS3 as well. But you guys remember those pre-match lobbies that you would join into, and you would have a bunch of people talking? I literally found most of my friends from those lobbies on 360. Like, I would find people in the pre-match lobby or in the game, and we would just mess around in the game and just, like, hide and then, like, sneak around the map and, like, just try to be stealthy. It was so stupid, but it was so fun to do, because it made the game more fun than it probably would have been. And this is one of those things that's not really Call of Duty's fault. It's just a fault of, the whole general of gaming, how it's going. So, but yeah, I probably had like 15 friends that I found from just Black Ops 1 matchmaking. And you could just talk to people and they'd be like, yo, what's up? I remember I had a friend named Naruto, which I pronounce it as Naruto, but yeah. If you're out there, Naruto, I'm here. It's me, Foreman's Rock, But yeah, so basically that was one of the key parts that I loved about that game, and it was so fun just to find someone that you would play with and stuff like that. But yeah, Also, another thing with the modern Call of Duty that's really not my favorite thing is the amount of tedious grinding that you have to do for anything. So as I said, there's very few skins that are actually look cool in the game that you can unlock without paying. And those skins, they're very hard to get, at least in my opinion, because there's like really weird challenges towards them and stuff like that, and it's just I don't really like that very much. But yeah, that's just some of the reasons that I don't really like the modern Call of Duties as much as the older ones, and I feel like they should look back at them and learn from what they did in the past, and just try to get some of those implemented back in there. But yeah. I can make a part 2 if you guys wanted to see it. This does well, I might make a part 2 because, I want to talk more about this. But yeah, if you guys did enjoy this, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and comment below. If you found this interesting, share it with your friends. If you guys have any other opinions, just share them in the comments as well. And I hope you guys stay spooky, my friends. And have a great day.